Hey folks, welcome back to Biscuits Total War. This is Biscuits giving you another online commentary from Rome Total War, and as always, thanks for dropping by and thanks for watching this video. Today we've got a 3 versus 3 and I decided to mix it up slightly. Instead of going for my normal Scipii build which I've been bringing for the last few videos, I thought I'd mix it up slightly and bring a good old Germania build. Now for you guys who've been watching my videos for some time, you'll know that Germania is all about the mass route. So hopefully stay tuned and you'll see some nice illustrious mass routing going on. Now when bringing the Germans, what I recommend, especially if you're like me, not quite an expert at using Germans, but if you want to try and use them at 31k, you want to bring 3 berserkers I reckon, and then 2 Knight Raiders, which you can't quite see in here, and the Knight Raiders and the berserkers will drop the morale of the enemy. Maybe a sprinkling of archers, maybe 2 to 3 archers, 6 cav units, maybe use one of them as your German army general, and then the rest chosen axemen. That's all you really need to bring when it comes to using Germanians or Germany. So I'm going to use these guys and I'm going to try and take out or try and cause a mass rout with these guys to try and win this battle. Now I'm going to be playing alongside some household names, and this household name needs no introduction because I cannot introduce his name. I'm just going to call him EsraX. And I know I've been told how to pronounce the name, but I prefer the name EsraX. EsraX needs to change his name to EsraX because it sounds better than whatever it is at the moment. I believe this guy is Dutch. Maybe EsraX is a famous Dutch name. It's not a Dutch name that I've ever come across before. Anyway, he has brought a bunch of archers. So he's got 1, 2, 3 archers, 6 Praetorian Cav, and then the rest urban cohort. Now I have a little glance over here. We've also got SR or AKA Hero, and he has brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 archers, 4 Praetorian Cav, and then the rest urbans. If you haven't guessed already, we've gone for a lot of archers, and the reason being we want to try and counter what the enemy are going to bring. And there's one thing they should bring, and that is plenty of archers, because if they have archers, they should be able to gun down my poor Germanian army. So let's have a look at the enemy. Now, I'm proud to say we've got a guy called KING-MARKUS. This guy hasn't been online for some time, so it's great to see him online. KING-MARKUS always brings the same sort of build, and he will always bring an armoured general. This unit is an absolute pain in my ass, because this guy is fast moving and it's hard to shoot with my archers, so real pain in the bum. He's also got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Praetorian Cav, and then he's gone for 1, 2 auxiliary archers, and then the rest urbans. Let's have a look at this player over here. It's Babu, and he has gone for 5 cataphracts, 1 scythe chariot. I think he's also gone for a levy pikeman that act as a peeler screen, and then the rest silver shield spearmen. So when using the Seleucids, the morale isn't great. You really need to do a lot of damage with these cataphracts. So I imagine what he's going to try and do is when I go in for a counter charge or go in for a charge of my Germanians, he's going to have to use his cataphracts to try and counter that charge to prevent me from starting that mass rout. And then last but not least, you've got Malta. Malta really needs to try and watch where my army goes, because Malta should be able to beat my Germans, because Malta has got these lovely Spartans, and Malta's got 1, 2, 3 archers, no 4 archers, and then the rest are Spartans. So let's kickstart this and let's see exactly what's going to happen. Now I'm going to move my army to the behind. I want to keep them out of range of archer fire. Obviously my guys have got absolutely diddly squat body armor, as you can see, so they're going to be really susceptible against archer fire, so I need to make sure I keep them well and truly out of range. But whilst this is going on, because we've got all these lovely archers, Marcus is going to use his cav to charge in here, and you'll see exactly what he's going to do. He's going to try and kill some of these archers if he can. Now this is a nice little move that EsraX does here. EsraX is going to get his archer and he's going to take them out of archer fire and turn them into alt attack. And what he wants to try and do is snag these guys, because if you can try and snag them, in comes the Praetorian cav, and he should be able to take them out. But don't forget that this unit is really super fast, and by the time the Praetorian cav get into action, I've even peeled off my general to try and get in some of that action. That general has now disappeared. Now the archers are going to try and shoot the backs of these guys, but these guys got 2 hit points, so normally that would have done a lot of damage to the Praetorian cav, but because it's an armoured general, he's only lost just 1 unit. So Esra has lost all of these archers at the count of just the 1 cav unit. I'm going to use my general here, and I thought I might be able to try and catch him, and I might be able to catch him. I forget how fast my general is, but he's managed to pull his guys out in time, and I don't want to get them too close to these archers, because once these archers get into range, he should be able to shred my general. But as you can see, Markus and Malta are working really well together. Malta's running his her pikes up with this general, and the reason why she's doing that is just to really act as a safeguard against any cav strikes upon this general. So I really like this. When I watched this going on, I thought this is a really smart move by Malta. Malta really needs to probably charge in a bit more. You can see, look, he's going to pull his general back out, but look, the pikes are down, and now Esra is going to try and pull back his cav. A few of his cav units have died, and what's happened is that the cav will just automatically charge. As you can see, look, they just impale themselves upon those Spartans. Spartans have only literally lost, let's have a look, they start off at 18, look, 79 there, so they've only lost 1 Spartan. But just check out all of these dead Praetorian cav, and again Markus has only just lost 2 units, or 2 men in his armoured general. So he's doing really well here at the moment. You know, he's using his general to his full maximum potential, gunning down as many of these units as possible. I tried to charge in my little general there. I thought I might be able to try and scare off Markus, but just check out the lovely cataphracts there. So there wasn't really much I could do. So let's have a look what's going to go on next. So we're going to have a look. SR's got all of his Julii units here. He's going to try and push his guys forward and try and push back this army over here. Now at this stage, we decided I was going to try and go for the Romans here, because if you look over here, the Greeks and the cataphracts, all their real heavy units are over on this flank. Now if those heavy units come and attack me, they absolutely flatter me. So what I need to try and do is get my guys around here to attack the Scipii. I need to try and time that when these guys, the Greeks and the cataphracts, are away from me, and if I can do that, then we might be able to trigger a nice little mass rout. Again, this damn general, if you have a look at the Scipii general, just causing a right pain in the arse. It's just running backwards and forwards. He's been able to kill loads and loads of us, of our units. Now in comes Malta. Malta's going to try and push back SR. He knows, she knows even, that these Spartans should be able to beat all of these Julii units. The Julii units, every time the Spartans come close, they're going to pull back. But this is good for us, because SR is acting as human bait, and every time SR pulls back, the Greeks are pushing forward. And what the Greeks need to do, really, I would have thought the Greeks need to come towards me, try and forget about the Romans. But it's good for us because it's causing more of a distance between my guys and the Greeks, and it looks like the Greeks really are committed into trying to rout SR. And if you have a look at Babu with the cataphracts here, everything, even his Cypher chariots are on this flank. So I believe they're looking to try and charge in here, come into their cataphracts and cause a mass rout. But my guys are over here, and I'm just biding my time, trying to wait to go for a charge into the Scipii over here. Again, there's been a few more shots. I'm using my archers over here. I've put them now into tight formation, and that's to try and get a really nice condensed shot into all of these Seleucid units. Although the pikes are down, and yes, they do have body armor, they've only got these small little shields, and these shields are pretty much like dustbin lids. You know, they're not really going to do too much damage, especially if you really pound the pressure with the archers. But have a look here, we've got the Greeks are now coming in, and again these cataphracts are coming over to this flank. So my guys are just edging over to this flank here. I just don't want to engage just yet. I just want to try and wait a little bit longer, wait for these cataphracts to come further around here. Now the cataphracts have come over here. The cataphracts aren't going to be able to come over to my side. So this is it. What I need to try and do is use this little tiny cluster of chosen axemen and berserkers and see if we can trigger a mass rout. Let's see if we can do this. So first thing I'm going to do is initiate a war cry and initiate my berserkers. Berserkers are going to run. They're going to charge over here. Now the Scipii are going to use their archers to try and gun down my guys. Now I'm going to come with a cav strike here, and my general, wherever my general is at the back here. But have a look here. My guys are coming around the side here. In comes my infantry, in comes my cav, and look, watch this. Magic trick, 1, 2, 3. I spied my little eye, suddenly beginning with mass rout, and there we go. Scipii now biting the dust. In comes the Julii, in comes Exra, in conjunction with my guys, and that is it. That's going to obliterate all of the Scipii. General's running away. General is dead. I'm using my cav just to chase down a few more units here to get a few extra kills. I'm going to peel my cav back, and we're going to make sure that we can try and get as many of these guys over here. Now over here, if you have a look at the Greeks, the Greeks really haven't done too much damage. They're in the centre here. The Greeks really should have piled straight into SR, but SR has managed to pull back. Yes, he's lost a couple of units, but at the end of the day, that's absolutely nothing. He's lost a couple of units, but for that sacrifice, we've been able to absolutely wipe out the Scipii. Now, my berserkers are going to be running around in a bloodthirsty frenzy. They're not going to be able to be controlled by myself. They're just going to chase anybody down. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull my infantry around here. Now my berserkers going to go run straight into these pikes. Now that's not great for these berserkers because berserkers will start to die. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to peel off all of my infantry and use my infantry to come and support. Now if you have a look here, I've got these Night Raiders. These Night Raiders aren't particularly amazing, but what they can do, they can drop the morale and really try and scare the enemy. So I'm going to use these units here. They're going to come charging in. Nice little charge here. In comes my chosen axemen. Right into the side here. In comes my cav. Into the backs of these Spartans. Now the Spartans going to turn around, and this should kill a lot of my guys. But I've managed to cause an initial rout here of a couple of these units. And what that means is that these urbans can now come into the thick of it. I'm going to pull back my cav here, run them over here, make sure they're out of this mix, because look, all these Spartans are going to absolutely nail my Germans. My Germans are now tired, they're winded, they're shaken. I just need to make sure my general gets out of there. I don't want my general to die, because the minute my general dies, that's going to cause absolute havoc my Germanian faction. Now, all of my archers are in tight formation, and what I'm using is the flame attack to shoot into this cluster of Seleucid units. And the reason being, the Seleucid units, the morale is not great. I've got these units here. You can see the Night Raiders. They're scaring the enemy. They're causing havoc. They're feeling panicked. In conjunction with my Archer Flames, that's going to cause a nice little rout. So I'm going to charge in my general. I'm going to charge in my cav. I know it's going to be a bit of a mass suicide here, but with that charge, that's initiated that last little rout, and that's the rout that we needed to really finish off the Senate, sorry, the Seleucids. And there we go. Seleucids now crumbled, they've been destroyed. The Greeks now going to throw in the towel. There's nothing that they can do, and all it is now is an absolute carnage, absolute wrecking fest as we just destroy these units here. So nice little win here, clear victory. I got 1,400 kills. Exra got an 18 or 1,700 kills. SR only 700 kills. SR did a good job in just falling back, letting Exra come and support me, getting that little mass rout. Unfortunately, KING-MARKUS got 356 kills. I reckon a majority of those kills probably came from the armoured general unit. And then if you have a look at the Seleucids, 569 kills. That's because the cataphracts are busy fighting S-arm. I'm sure if they were fighting my guys, the kill count would have been closer to 1,000. Nice kills for the Spartans at 1,330 kills. As always folks, let me know what you thought of the replay. Don't forget to leave a little like. And always folks, if you love this, if you like Rome Total War, show your support, subscribe to the channel. There's loads and loads of more Rome Total War goodness, tactics, tips, tutorials, let's plays, you name it, it's on the channel. So thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye now.